What's up, Wolverines? Welcome to this episode of WBLN. I'm Adrian Fraga.
And I'm Nick Diaz.
And here are news for today. As Belen students, we are asked to do more and run to the fire. Javi Rosell exemplifies this as he's challenged with an unexpected situation. Santi Ariza brings us more.
This Monday, one of our own Belen students hosted his Bounce Back from Cancer Walk to raise awareness for cancer patients. Javi Rosell teamed up with Miami Cancer Institute to bring the whole community together for this event. The walk itself consisted of the group Christie's Cancer Crushers, put together by Javi himself, walking 3 miles around Continental Park in honor of his mom and all the other patients like her.
The main goal of the Bounce Back from Cancer event and the fundraising that went along with it was mainly just to draw support for all the people battling through cancer, like my mom and all the other patients along with her in Miami Cancer Institute. The fundraiser and the event were more than a success. We are so grateful for what happened. We raised over $50,000 in 10 days.
The message of bouncing back from cancer was truly brought to life as people were invited to bring basketballs to dribble during the walk. Javi Rosell has really shown what running to the fire truly is and will not stop fighting alongside his mom on this unexpected journey. For WBLN, I'm Santi Ariza.
The Belen Mr. Collins celebrates his 50th year of teaching. This true icon of the Belen community has taught generations of students and doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. Carlos Perez-Abreu has the story.
Many know Mr. Collins for his spectacular government lessons, but many don't know about the unusual story of how he got to Belen.
I had the good fortune of attending Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama. I'm in my senior year. I'm going to become a teacher in Miami, and I'm going to go down and look for a job. A freshman comes up to me. I had no idea who he was, and he says, "Why don't you apply to my school in Miami?" And I said, "Well, what school did you go to?" And he says this word that I'd heard for the first time in my life, 1971, Belen.
From then on, the rest is history. Mr. Collins is also the man responsible for the school's long-standing relationship with Close-Up.
Oh, I always felt very lucky that the first time we took students to Washington, D.C. This was just without Close-Up's help because I didn't even know about Close-Up. And being 22 years of age at the time, I thought I knew everything. So I arranged the entire trip. It wasn't bad. Okay, maybe losing Papito was a bad thing, but we got most of the boys back. And the very next year, get a phone call from Close-Up, and we then formed a partnership in 1975, and now have taken something like 1,500 students to the nation's capital to learn close-up about our government with students from all across the country.
May crowning is a traditional Roman Catholic ritual held during the month of May. It is a solemn procession where the Blessed Virgin is crowned with a garland or crown of flowers, honoring Mary as the Queen of May. This week, the 6th grade class participated in our annual May crowning in the Chapel of the Immaculate Conception, as students offered prayers to her and asked her for her intercession as she brings us closer to her son, Jesus.
This year's Honors Art students didn't let COVID stop them from having their exhibit. Senior Mateo Garcia tells us about what they did to put on this special show.
So the art gallery and the student show is something that we do every single year at Belen. It's a yearly tradition for the National Art Honor Society. We usually get all our members and we set it up in the art gallery, and it's a nice bonding experience for everyone. Unfortunately, due to COVID, last year we weren't able to do anything. And this year, to remedy that, we tried to create a digital art exhibition. We had the idea of just trying of having people submit all their artwork to us. We would create a PowerPoint and like a slide presentation and just display that across the school where people could be walking to their class and just look over at a TV or even in the cafeteria, look at the screens there and see a nice artwork from a kid they might know. That was the main goal behind it. So to promote that, me and Manuel Morin, we created posters, put them across the school. You might have seen the red ones with the school design. Those were mine, to try to promote that and get as many people involved in the arts as possible, which is something that I've always been very passionate about in Belen. I know we have a ton of artists that don't take art classes or anything, and so I felt like it was my duty to bring them forward and, give them a chance to shine. If you're ever interested in art or you have a bit of creative juices flowing in you, like if you like to draw, if you like to paint, like it doesn't even have to be that. If you like to do sculpture, if you like to just anything really, just come over to Mr. Font's room. He'll be willing to help with whatever you need. If you're looking for advice on a new piece, if you're looking for how you could use materials, if you're looking for new artists to look at, because that's the best way to grow, looking at artists. If you're looking for any of that, just come by Mr. Font's room and he'll help you out.
We have hit a groundbreaking moment in the battle against the coronavirus pandemic. The CDC now changing its guidance, dropping mask mandates for people that are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Alfredo has a story.
A day many have longed for since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. If you're fully vaccinated against COVID-19, the CDC says you can now return to life without masks.
Anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a mask or physical distancing.
The CDC citing several factors for their decision.
Based on the continuing downward trajectory of cases, the scientific data on the performance of our vaccines, and our understanding of how the virus spreads, that moment has come for those who are fully vaccinated.
But there are some limitations.
We still have the requirement to wear masks when you travel on buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation, and we are, as well as airports and stations.
Despite easing up on masks for the fully vaccinated, public health officials say when it comes to ditching the masks,
people have to make their own personal choice. What you heard from Dr. Lewinsky, well, is the recommendation based on science. And that's just a recommendation. And when people want to do that, they at least have the science.
For WBLN, I'm Alfredo Diaz.
What's up, Wolverines? I'm Hugh Dorda, and here are your sports for the week. The middle school lacrosse team is up against Gulliver Academy Saturday. Best of luck to them. Now on to the pros. The Miami Heat faced off against the Philadelphia 76ers yesterday and won 106-94 behind Jimmy Butler's 21 points. The Miami Marlins took on the Arizona Diamondbacks and won 5-1. The team was led by their offense, who had 12 hits. The NFL schedule for the coming season was released Wednesday night, and the Finns open up their season versus the Patriots. That's it for sports. Now back to Nick and Fraga at the desk.
Thanks, Hugo. That's all your news for today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And from all us here at WBLN,
remember to stay safe and stay golden, Wolverines.